Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow non-binary folk. Uh, Today, I'm going to be doing a review on Payday 3's beta. This will be my first review I'm ever actually doing on my channel, and I'm just going to give my thoughts here and there. I hope this isn't too much of a long video, especially since I am aware that I can ramble on and say a lot. So I'm going to try to just make sure my thoughts are as clean as possible. I think this will probably go and help with my like my public speaking as well. Okay, so overall, TLDR, Payday 3 is everything that I thought of, would come out of a Payday game. It's just more Payday. That's kind of it. I say that's overall a good thing, especially since I feel like that Payday 2 has had a good run. So I feel like that this would be a good entryway for it to enter a quote-unquote new era of Payday. Gameplay-wise, I don't have many complaints. Gunplay is consistent. I actually do like how it looks and how it quote-unquote feels with it being way more smooth. Like the reload animations are way cleaner. They're not as slow. Compared to Payday 2, it feels like more slick and more smooth, which I really liked. Gameplay-wise, I like how they changed up a few things. It feels like it's, for example, there's like the lockpick minigame. I like how you could actually pick a lock instead of just standing in front of this door in order to quote-unquote, pick a lock. I always thought that was really tedious, especially for like higher tier locks. So I like how it's actually deduced to an actual minigame, for example. I feel like I might miss a few things in this review, but overall, it's those small details I like. I also like how, for example, the movement, again, it feels way smoother. You could slide now, instead of just running, walking, jumping, all that stuff. And you could even vault over objects, which I really like. I like how they it feels like that they put an emphasis into revamping the movement system, which I thought is a great thing. And in terms of missions, this is the only mission for the beta in which I think it's a good entryway. It's a simple bank robbery mission. Can't complain, and it's even said in the trailer. Dallas says we're doing this, which I really like. One thing I like, again, is the character design. It feels, I like how each of the 4 characters so far actually look a little more unique. It's always, because to them it's always been like, oh yeah, wear a black suit. But no, this time, for example, my favorite character, Wolf, he wears a black tweed coat, and he rolls up the sleeves, and it's different to Dallas, who wears a brown tweed coat, which I really like. I always felt like that the major difference between the characters is the mask, which I obviously love. But I like how they actually changed it up a bit by making their the rest of their body look a little different. You know, like I said, to add a little spice. I think that's how I could best describe Payday 3. It's Payday 2 with a little more spice. Like, everything feels actually new. The only downside is that, but I wouldn't really call it a downside, is maybe the graphics, because the graphics do look really samey. A lot of people, I remember hearing, they were complaining a lot because it looked like a Xbox 360 game, which I can understand that, but at the same time, while I would say that that would be a quote-unquote downside, I wouldn't really put it against the devs, because I don't go to Payday to experience like lifelike graphics. I go to have fun, like robbing banks and rigging in elections, all that stuff. I thought, so I don't really complain about it. I like how it's slightly different, but again, what I was more focused on was not really the graphics, but more of the gameplay. So graphics wasn't too big of a big deal for me. Lastly, and one I was like really excited to talk about is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is definitely my favorite part of. Actually, I have one more point, and that's just regarding the menu. But I'm gonna get over this one real quick. The soundtrack was an absolute banger. Needless to say, the best way I described it is that it is quote unquote. No, sorry, I'm quoting this. feels like Razor Mind, which I feel like is the theme, in my opinion, the theme of Payday. And it's just Razor Mind with a little spice. It's like it feels familiar, but it feels different. One thing I would actually say is that it feels like Razor Mind with a little bit of Hotline Miami vibes. It's just that feeling, which I absolutely loved. I'm gonna miss Simon Viklin since I hear that they got a new composer to go and do this, but I feel like that it's good overall. I trust that the Payday the Payday devs are gonna make an absolutely great product. So yeah, overall, that was definitely my favorite part. Payday 2's OST is one of my favorite in all of gaming. I would argue that is probably my favorite, aside from maybe Tarkov's or the songs that were made in Devil May Cry 5. Is like those were great, but the first one that I always that I fell in love with was Payday. So yeah, I always love the soundtracks. That's what I'm saying. And lastly, the last point I want to make is how I like how they revamped the menu, especially when it comes to buying guns. So this time you don't actually have to like have a random chance to go and find a part for a gun you like. So and then you could pay an exorbitant amount of money. No, this time it's more simple, like Call of Duty's Gunsmith. So you level up, you could get an attachment. So you buy the attachment, put it on your gun. Simple like that. I always like those streamlined ones. I love detailed gun customization systems, especially in Tarkov, for example. But for this one, I like how it's more simple, but not like crazy simplistic. You know what I mean? So overall, my verdict for Payday 2 is a 7 out of 10. I don't complain much. It's just more Payday. Like I said in the TLDR, it's just more Payday. It does everything good and does it in a way that makes it feel new. So overall, that is my verdict. I like to keep things short and sweet, especially how I can end up rambling. So I'm gonna go and end it here. Thank you very much, everyone, for taking the time to watch this, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Actually, no. One more thing I'd like to say. I almost forgot. I like how they're making this like not the price of a AAA game, because since I'm Canadian, AAA games are $90 a piece. I wanna go and get Mortal Kombat first, but I like how this one is $55 on Steam. So yeah, I like how I don't have to go and spend like half my paycheck on like just one game, or like a lot of money. Okay, but yeah, again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a beautiful day.